as a guy that supports collective bargaining and public employees, and we all wrote the VIC change, which we'll talk about today. There's got to be continued incentivization for public employees to stay in public employment. And given a competitive marketplace, and now we're back in a strong economy, you start changing the rules of the game in the middle, it's going to make people want to go somewhere else for greener pastures before they vest. And vesting is important because I like to get my pension too. So with that, I can introduce Mr. Holway.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is David Holway. I'm the president of the National Association of Government Employees. Let me begin by saying that I'm outraged, and my members are outraged, by the continued effort to reduce and cheapen the few benefits afforded to our hard-working state employees. Specifically, I'm appearing before you today in opposition to House Bill 2558 and 3287, along with any initiative or attempt to change the sick leave structure for unionized state employees outside of the collective bargaining process. Public employees are consistently and repeatedly shamed in the media for huge sick time and pension payouts to high-level state managers. These huge payouts are benefits that no rank-and-file employee will ever see. These House bills seek to cap sick time payouts statutorily. These bills and others like them, including the unsuccessful initiatives filed by Governor Baker in the previous two state budgets, are usually filed reflexively in response to the public outcry that comes when a highly compensated state manager leaves government service with a six-figure payout. These payouts are the exception to the rule that everyone else has to follow. And the irony is that these bills would not solve or stop the payouts of high-priced managers, which is the one and only real issue here. The large payouts we occasionally read about in the Herald and the Globe and the other newspapers in the state are a far cry from the collectively bargained 20% payout that NAGE members receive upon retirement. After a career of dedicated service, these funds are often all retirees have to rely on during the 3-month period while they await their first pension checks. There are no gold watches or retirement bonuses for state employees. The average sick leave buyout payment after a lifetime of service is $2,264. According to MarketWatch, we are tied with Colorado for having the cheapest pension plan in the country. Unlike most large employers, Massachusetts state employees are not eligible for Social Security, retirement, or pension benefits. Unlike most large employees, the state does not contribute a nickel to the 401k or 403b plans of its employees. Unlike most large employers, Massachusetts does not provide a nickel in severance pay to employees who are laid off, even if the employee has served for 20 or more years. Unlike most large employers, the state does not contribute a nickel providing short or long-term disability insurance to its employees. Unlike most large employers that have defined benefit plans, Massachusetts makes its employees bear the lion's share of the cost of their pension. Unlike most large employers, Massachusetts saves more than $250 million, that's $250 million every year, simply because it has defined benefit pension plan paid mostly by employees. The cost of the state share of the pension plan is dwarfed by the savings the state achieves from not having to pay the employer's share of Social Security. That's 6.2% of the payroll. The simple facts are that the state pays far less than other employers, not only in pensions, but on the total benefit package for its employees. It is against this backdrop that you should view House Bills 2558, 3287, and others like them, as well as the recent scrutiny from the sick leave program by the Inspector General's office. The real problem is the recurring issue of expensive management payouts. Every few years, a very highly paid state manager, who is not covered by the rules that govern NAGE members and others, negotiates an employment package that includes 100% payout, in contrast to the 20% for everyone else. The resulting payouts, always in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, are reported in the press and justifiably spark public outrage. But it is what happens next that is surprising. No one ever makes a proposal to restrict the ability of these college presidents and other high flyers to negotiate such deals for themselves. There isn't one now. Even the proposal outlining the Inspector General in his letter to this committee would apply only to those covered by the existing rules, rules that do not apply to the people who actually caused the problem. Instead, every time someone makes a proposal to reduce the benefit of $2,264 the average employee receives after a lifetime of service, that benefit that might be the only thing to support him or her and their families while waiting for the state to get around to issuing the first pension check. That is why I'm outraged today. That is why my members are outraged. Please don't fall for this bait and switch. You have the tools to solve the real problem, which lies exclusively with non-union managers. NAGE stands with you and all taxpayers against the six-figure payouts and will fully support your effort to solve the real problem. However, please leave the sick leave policy for rank and file unionized state employees where it belongs and where it has always been, at the bargaining table. Thank you for your time today, and they once again ask you to reject any effort to weaken the sick leave policy as it stands for rank and file employees. Thank you very much.